I will never use it to write a song in my life. I will not use AI. I mean, AI it's soulless.
It's Dave, it's Rick, and we are on the record today with Diane Warren, a name that is inscribed in the greatest songwriters of all time, and she's right there at the top of the list. Thrilled to have you on with us, Diane.
Great to be on here, you guys, Rick and Dave.
I mean,
we go back a little bit.
We do go back. We do go back a ways. In fact, one of your big fans was my former boss, the late Paul Drew.
I loved Paul Drew.
Paul was the head of RKO Radio and numerous other things in his career, but loved Diane. We have a lot of pals in common.
Yeah.
But
he was a unique character. I miss him.
Yeah, he was unique. That's for sure. A great guy. But your incredible career, it's mind-boggling, Diane, to think of all these songs that you've written, from Aerosmith, I Don't Miss a Thing, and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, and to Celine Dion. I can go on this whole list, and we'd be talking for the next 30 minutes, because it's just been one hit after another. It's an amazing career. So what you mentioned before, getting chills when you have that song and you hear it, and you've created something special, because I related to that right away. I mean, that's what a lot of us on the other side of, in that radio crazy world, certain songs hit you. What is it? Can you identify what that is? Do you know what happened?
I know it when I feel it, when I write it. I know that, you just hope that it translates, You
know it as you're writing it. You feel like it's.
Yeah, I know if the song's great, or I know if it's something I love, and I have really high standards. So.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Have you ever had kind of this happened to, some writers have said they've had dreams where they wake up in the middle of the night.
No, it's never happened. I've never
happened. No dream.
I've never written a song in my dream.
You're all conscious. You're conscious.
I'm pretty. I think they,
I'm lucky. I'm happy when I wake up from a dream and it's not true sometimes, actually.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I wanted to, before we talk about the current stuff, which is most important.
Yes.
Yeah. So Diane and I, back in the day, we were a team, and I was very fortunate to have someone like Diane who gave me great records. But we definitely made some damage. I was the head of promotion for Aerosmith, blah, 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 blah. And Diane, what's different now? Like, explode.
Okay,
we
so
had
it was
fun,
so much,
man.
We had fun. So that was like the fun days, right? Where, we're especially with radio, where you could just get someone excited and they'd start playing your record, right? And now it's like all the fucking data, it's such bullshit, right? It's like, the only data that matters is, does it make the hair stand up? Does it make you, like you said, have chills or something like that? And that was a lot more fun. And now it's like, if the streaming, if you're not a certain amount of million streams a week, they're not, fuck, it was just more, look, I'm still having fun. I'm still working with a lot of really good artists and stuff, but I feel sorry for the artists, because back in the day when someone would wait for their second album, to break, they don't even fucking wait for a second single. You're lucky if they don't drop you after one single and drop your whole project, So I feel. Yeah, that's the way, like, it's crazy, and so, for me, it's fine. I'll just give the song to somebody else, or I work with a lot of artists, but I feel terrible for these artists, that have to deal with that shit.
But at the same time, back in the day, you had to if the label wasn't pushing, then it didn't happen.
And you had to have that, but Clive, it was great with Clive. Clive would go for it. If you heard a record, he wasn't waiting for all. That stuff didn't even exist. But even if it did exist, I don't think Clive would have been a data guy. Like that. Of course, did he look at all? Well, you look
at
sales.
He would only like sales. Say to me, "Oh, it's number 27 in Charlotte. Why aren't they playing it?" He would use it to motivate me more than to prove to himself that it was a record.
Right. No, I get that. It's just, I mean, now they don't even, now it's just like literally, I mean, like I was working with this artist and their manager was a A&R person at a major label, and really cool artist. I go, so why isn't your manager like signing you to the label? And he goes, oh, my TikTok numbers aren't high enough. I'm like, fuck, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here's what Diane was so talking about, Relentless, her documentary that's out. But she would call, I would be working a record, it'd be 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And she goes, how many stations would she would call me at 12 o'clock. And I'd say, Diane, we have Midnight. 10 stations. And then I'd say, okay, I'll get back to you when I know more. 12:15.
And I'd call you at 1.
Yeah. 12:15, my sister would go, Diane's on the phone. I said, what about Diane? It's the same as last 15 minutes, but it was the persistence of her that created a relationship that made magic happen. So
and I didn't mean, and we
no, really, you didn't bug me. It was part of life.
Yeah, we had fun. It was fun, and I don't know, the cast of characters, and of course Polly Anthony, who we all miss.
Oh, I miss Polly. Oh my gosh.
Like that was just a time. I feel bad for some people coming up now, or they didn't really see some of the really fun stuff.
They also in those days there'd be like 10 guys that would help break your songs,
right?
And now I didn't know what companies they worked for. They were just the 10 guys that mattered.
Right.
And that's the. But you wrote. One of the great Starship songs, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, which I guess you could probably just put yourself in that, saying nothing's.
Yeah, I can relate. I can relate to that one. By the way, that was my first of 17 Oscar nominations. That was in the 80s. So
really,
I've had nominations in 5 decades, and I still haven't won. I still have not won, but I'm trying this time. I'm really trying.
This year, we're championing, we're cheering.
Thank you. And I'm the little underdog in this race, but underdogs are
I think that's the difference this time. And
you haven't been on the record with Dave and Rick, so that
okay, so that's the luck. That's the secret sauce.
Change everything.
Yeah,
and the documentary being Relentless, I wanted to ask Diane a personal question because I'm comfortable enough to do that.
Yeah.
The song "Dear Me," I kind of I understand it too. We're the same. I understand it.
Yeah.
And that's this. Something tells me, Diane, that this time something is in the air. And what made you do something? You never write about yourself, right?
Not well. I mean, I don't really write songs about myself, but I think some of the ones I end up in, like so anything about breaking through or like not letting people hold you down, all that stuff. I'm in those songs. This song, even when I was writing it, I wrote the first part of it first, which Dear Me, if I could write a note to my younger self. And then I wrote that anthemic part at the end because I envisioned a lot of Dear Me's. I envisioned that, even though it was a personal song to me, to a kid that was bullied and just lonely and just a miserable kid, feeling like literally the world was against me, like what the song says, and if talking to that kid, I realized that, like what you just said, like you related to that song.
I did.
People from everybody, like all ages. It's so interesting. Men, women, like are really connecting to it because none of us had an easy time coming up, and so it's a personal song, but yet it's a really maybe one of my most universal songs.
Totally. Yeah.
And sometimes as an outcast, you never would feel that you would get to where you are. I would thank God for the top 40 radio.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have known about songs.
Yeah. Me the same here, like growing up and listening to the radio. Yeah. And that was my school. That was my school, having my little guitar and listening to the radio and writing songs and learning my craft and yeah.
And it always kills me. I mean, you make a comment on this, but people are going, because that's, at least in my career and a lot of other people, oh man, you love those pop songs. I said, that's right.
Yeah.
And you write them. And,
Yeah.
I always remind everybody, pop is short for, I think it's
Popular.
popular. Don't you
Yeah.
want to be popular?
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
it's
Yeah.
because there are bands, I'm sure you know, and acts that go, oh, they don't want to go that
Yeah. We
genre.
don't want to sell out and do,
Yeah,
I don't
we don't
think
want
at
to.
this point, I think everybody's selling out.
We don't want to be
To sell out. Then I would.
yeah,
Like,
different
you know,
world. But so in that young life, Diane, that Rick was talking about, and you're certain this song is all about, dear me.
yeah.
You're cruising Van Nuys, you're hanging out, you got the radio on, you crank it
Yeah.
up. And are there any songs that kind of like come to mind, stand out for the first time you heard it? You didn't hear it, you just heard it up and go, wow, what is that? Anything that,
Well, probably the Beatles,
yeah,
hearing the
yeah,
Beatles when I was a kid. And then I was like a mind-blowing thing happened a few years, like 4 years ago. Ringo asked me for a song, and I had done a song with him before. And I had this song called Here's to the Nights. And I thought, you know what? Like, wouldn't it be cool if you could get your old friends? And all I would think about was Paul McCartney. I go, let's get your old friends, Paul McCartney, and some new friends to sing along. And the first person he asked was Paul, who said yes. So I have two Beatles on my song "Here's to the Nights," and a lot of other superstars. I mean, like Chris Stapleton, Sheryl Crow, Dave Grohl, Lenny Kravitz. I can't remember everybody else. There's a lot of big people on the song, but all I cared about was I have two Beatles on my song because the kid version of me, like thinking that I actually have two Beatles. Are you
Beatles.
fucking kidding me? Like, like, I mean, that's as cool as it gets.
Yeah, totally. Well, I know in your documentary, Relentless, you're walking through that elementary school, and I go, that looks like mine. It looks
Yeah,
like
they're all
everybody.
fucking ugly, aren't they? They're all just like
Everybody. They all
they're
look-
all depressing. Like if you want like kids to want to go to that place, like why don't you just make it more depressing? So
boy.
you know, it looked the
Uh,
same.
you
It was a
know,
funny scene.
the being young, starting off in this business, starting off as a songwriter, one thing you didn't have to deal with, but I thought you might have some advice, any or cover any concerns that some writers may be having because of AI, which is
Yeah, that's pretty
what is
scary.
what is your what's your
I will
take?
never use it to write a song in my life. I will not use AI. I mean, AI it's soulless, really. I mean, you have to I want to sit down, like I'm in the middle of a song right now, and I've been working on trying to find a bridge all day long for it. And I will when I get off before my next thing I have to do. But I would never, like I would never use AI for, I don't even know how to use it, by the way. But it's scary because it has no soul, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of creepy.
So when you say you have a bridge, does that mean like you're
A
stuck?
section of the song.
I
It's just
know. I
no.
thought
I'm not really stuck. I'm just trying to figure out where to take it.
awesome.
Yeah, but I'll
That
find it. I'll find it.
boy. How about a preview of what can we look forward to? What are
Oh,
you
there's
what are you working on? Are you just
there's like a lot of really exciting things. I mean, a lot of great artists. I was just in the studio with Ty Dolla $ign. I just did a great
oh wow.
song with him. I'm working with Saweetie, and I'm working with this. I don't know if you know this guy named Mod Sun.
No, I kind of
Check him out. I love this guy. He's a rock guy, but he's just cool as fuck. I just love this kid. And I was just in the studio with him, and I just think these are huge hits for him, and just a cool artist. And I'm all over the place. I'm in a million different genres. I was in with a K-pop artist last night, a artist. What God, how do you say her name? Hyolyn or something? Hyolyn, Hyolin, whatever. So I'm in a lot of different worlds, and there's a lot of stuff I'm doing.
on the record. There it is. Diane Warren's on
Yeah.
the record and telling everybody because we want everybody to hit that subscribe button. Of course, you're gonna hit your subscribe button. And Diane just told you who to look forward to. Mod's
Yeah,
son.
well,
I've
yeah,
got that one.
he's really cool. I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of stuff coming out. I was just in the studio with him, so I'm excited
That's
about it.
great. That's great.
A new artist named Izzy Escobar. I'm excited about. She's gonna blow up. Someone I just worked with out of the UK, Simone. Oh God, what's her last? Simone Ashley. She's gonna blow up. She's also an actress on Bridgerton. She's co-starring in Devil Wears Prada. But
Great.
British Indian artist. She's amazing. Just did a bunch of stuff with her. Yeah, a lot of different stuff coming.
So are you listening to you spending a lot of time still checking out?
Yeah, I check things out, especially if I'm working with somebody, but I don't go home and listen to music as much because I'm writing all day and
Sure,
stuff. But
sure.
it's more like if I'm going to work with someone, I'm always aware of what's going on.
Clearly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I end up listening to the nothing against new records, but sometimes I have more interest listening to some of the older stuff. It makes
some of that is definitely better, by the way.
No shit. I mean, when we
like that's why all these kids are going back. Like it's interesting. So some of these young artists that are coming in, they're going, so like give me like the 90s, give me like the stuff you were doing in the 80s, or give me like because like kids now can go, with Spotify and everything, they just go and check everything out. And they're more a lot of people are more interested in that kind of stuff than the current stuff, even young artists. So
I've got, since you mentioned that, I got to mention that my daughter, who had no idea about this song, we're cruising in the car, and she lives where you are in SoCal. We're cruising, and on comes the Shangri-Las, Remember Walking in the Sand.
Great song.
And that hook.
Yeah.
Oh no, is all over TikTok.
Oh wow.
As when you screw up something and somebody trips, somebody, does the wrong,
TikTok is it's a trip, man.
She has no idea.
I have a song called Only Love Can Hurt Like This that became this like one of the biggest TikTok songs like ever, like last year. And yeah, it's like, I have no idea how that happens or what that tipping point is, but thank you, TikTok, because it's like 3 billion streams with adding everything up. So
unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, it has its downside. Social, maybe the DSPs can be a problem. Otherwise,
but as a person that likes to break and did break records, the positive is something can still spark from it to get somewhere. So
exactly.
It's like it's no different than I got a mix show at some urban station at night. Right. There's other ways of breaking
through. It's interesting. Some of these labels sign somebody from TikTok, but it's like this one little piece of a song, right?
Stupid.
And then they wonder why a record doesn't sell because it's an artist that had like, wasn't exactly an artist, but I don't know. Anyways, there's ways for good artists to break through too. That's like what you said.
You've kind of swayed away less and less more radio and just
radio is important, but there's other avenues too. Like I've had songs that not necessarily radio hits, but became part of the culture, like Stand Up for Something, which became like this anthem that's used everywhere or something like that.
But to be nominated
17 times.
17 freaking times.
This is my 9th year in a row I've been nominated for an Academy Award.
Well, this is the good.
This has got to be the one. This has got to be the one. Come on.
We're so lucky. I'm going to bring you good luck, man.
Bring me good luck. Come on. You've done it before.
You
could do it again. You could do it again.
I have friends all over the country. I got a lot of people that are going to be, it's got to send out the vibes for Diane. It's got to happen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really
do.
Absolutely.
I know time is tight unless
I kind of do have to go, but
I knew it, man. I can tell.
You could feel it.
You feel it. No, I just have a lot of, so the day's not nearly over. So.
Oh boy.
Well, thanks for your time, my friend.
No, I hope to see you. I hope to see you soon in person, you guys. So when you're in LA,
that would be great.
I'm in New York. So, all right. I will see you soon.